Welcome to the Bronx Journal. I'm Louis Carrasco. Our next guest today is one of two young men from the Bronx who have started their own business. It's called Soundproof Studios and is rapidly becoming a very popular place, especially because it caters to upcoming recording artists. Jairo Martinez, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good, very good.
So I want to ask you, how did you come up with the idea of creating a studio?
Well, basically we started off, I was 16 years old, and I've always loved music. Since I was 10 years old, I started off with a small piano. It was probably like the size of my arm, and it was very small. And since then, I just really like the language that it speaks to me. You know. So basically, me and my partner started off this studio. Basically, we started off in our house. It was just a small studio. Basically, it was a microphone, piano, guitars, and it was just simple things. And we always wanted to expand because we know everyone, you know, home studios is the way to go now, you know, but we wanted to expand and have a building, have something where we can actually have more space to get like a drum set, guitar, amps, bigger microphones, you know, vocal booths. So basically when we started off, we always had that potential of like, you know, maybe one day we can get this, but you know, we always had that idea and that dream. But soon after, we got a few calls and, you know, just networking a lot with people, and there it was, Soundproof Studios.
So a lot of people would like to start a studio or a business, but they can't usually because of financial reasons. How did you come up with the resources?
Networking is a big factor in life. In college, you can have your degree, you can have your credentials, but networking is probably one of the biggest points in life. I met this guy named Joe who I was doing sound recording for. He has a studio in Staten Island. It's a home studio, but he made it in his backyard. So basically, I was just there, and he owns a studio in Brooklyn, which is now our studio, and he was looking for new owners. He was looking for someone, you know, who is actually talented and who has a passion for what they do, not just, you know, some guy that just wants to make money, you know. So basically, I worked for him for a while, you know, recording, rehearsing, and stuff. Playing piano for him. Playing piano for him, and soon enough, we got a spot there. We were only part-time, you know, the building wasn't ours. We were just, you know, going back and forth, like taking out the trash and just recording here and there and rehearsing, bringing bands in. So we saved up a lot. We saved up enough to get the business, to get instruments, and we knew a lot of people, a lot of friends of ours who helped us out a lot, who helped us out in instruments and getting equipment and things from like bands, like just handing out small little flyers, you know. And other than that, we just went on with pretty much nothing, and we made it into something with it wasn't overnight, but we definitely made it happen through many trials and stuff. We had to go through so many things, but other than that, drum sets and keyboards and stuff, probably ours, and you know, things from church, things from like friends of ours who hand-me-downs, who just, hey man, you know, here for you guys studios. So other than that, that's how we got everything.
Oh, that's good. So what would you say separates your studio from other studios?
Well, our location is key. We're right off the L train, which is a block away, and most studios, they're like around factories and houses and stuff. Ours is around factories, but we're a lot closer to transportation, which is great because you don't want to carry, you know, this whole luggage and, you know, drum sets and all these keys and stuff around to the bus, the train, and, you know, and then finding parking, which is another thing, you know. So we're right off the train. We have a lot of our clients and a lot of our musicians that come to the studio, they're actually from all over the world. We have some people from England. We have some people from California here in the United States. We have some people down from Florida. Just a lot of people that come because they sense that urgency that we have, that hunger that we have for music and for creating music and for just simple things like a 2-hour rehearsal. You know, we will set them up, and they'll ask us, hey man, we need 2 mics, we need 3 mics, and you know, we'll set them up to what they want and to what they need. You know, so I think that sets us apart from other studios, which other studios, I've been to many studios and they're just, here you go, practice and you're gone. You know, us, we get in depth with the clients, and we get in depth with them in like, what music do they play, and do you guys want to record later or something? Do you guys want to, you know, we have this going on, do you want to play at this show? You know, and there's many things that we have that I know sets us apart from other studios, and that's a little bit of one of them.
Have you seen a lot of competition?
Yeah, when we started off, very small, we just had this studio was about 4 blocks away, and they were always getting clients, always. I can imagine they had like over 500 clients every day. But eventually they had this thing where they weren't so, I guess, clean and stuff, and they had like a lot of rodents and, you know, a lot of things going on and shady things going on. So we eventually went over to that studio, see what's the big fuss about, why are so many clients going over there and stuff, and so pricing and equipment, you know, and space. So instead we started expanding the rooms. So when we got the building, we expanded walls, we started changing tiles, we started building doors and just making everything look nicer. We had a mural painted on our wall of a rock band piece. We had lights changed, we had fixtures, pretty much anything. We did it ourselves. We painted, we did everything. I think that summer I was a carpenter after that. We had a lot of competition. Astoria Soundworks, which is in Astoria, Queens. We have a bunch in Manhattan.
What are the prices of this?
The prices, it varies. If it's an hourly rehearsal, it depends on the size of the room, the dimensions. So they'll usually go from like 25 the hour to all the way up to like probably 60, 65. And we brought it down to $15 an hour. So I think that when bands hear that, they'll immediately go right in, and you know, of course they'll be like, oh well, the pricing, maybe it's not that good of a room. But we try to set that apart, you know, not losing, but we're still gaining, which is the clients and that weekly basis that we have with them, and they're always there every week, or you know, every 2 days, every 3 days, and that's what we want. We want the same clients coming in for our rehearsal or recording. That's what we want.
And how large is the studio? Like, how many times can you fit in at once?
So the building is 3 floors. It has a first floor, mezzanine area, and a basement, and we have 13 rooms inside. So in the top, it's 5 rooms, which can fit probably over, one room could fit up to, I don't know, 10 people, 9 people. And then downstairs, there's smaller dimensions, like for just drummers to just come in and just play in there. But other than that, the whole building could fit probably over 200, 300 people, you know.
And so have you seen success with this studio so far?
Success in the rate where we have been getting the same clients, which is great, because that tells us that we're doing a good job in what we have to do and their needs, because that's what we want to focus on. Not just the music needs, but their needs and what that band wants, because no band is different from each other. They want this, and this, but the thing that sets them apart is who they are and what they need for that hourly rehearsal, for that recording. Especially in recording, you need to find that voice or that guitar part where they when they stand out. You know, who are they? You know, and that's what we want to produce out of the studio. And I think that successfully, that's our main goal, is to bring in clients where we have so many creations for them, so endless possibility.
And do you get a lot of talent from the Bronx?
Actually, yes. Most of our clients are from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx myself, so basically all the clients that we have are sometimes my friends or friends of friends from my old high school, and pretty much we have over 7 or 8 clients that come to the Bronx just to rehearse or record. And they come in every week. They're there recording, rehearsing, and They love it. The trip is it's a trip, but the thing about it is most of them haven't been to Brooklyn. Most of them haven't been you know, further than the Bronx or Manhattan. You know, so the experience itself is pretty fun. You know, around the neighborhood is great. It's just factories and houses, and you know, you can go loud as loud as you want for 24 hours. You know, so it's great.
And are you a musician yourself?
Yeah, I've been playing piano for 13 years now. I've been playing piano for 13 years, and my partner, he plays drums. Drawley, he plays drums, and we're born and raised in churches where we played for a church, and that's where we started. You know, basically in church, and just the passion for music was there. You know.
Now, does the studio focus on one genre of music, or is it open to all?
Like I was saying before, we specifically want to have a bunch of instruments, a bunch of instrumentalists who come in and just do their own thing. Doesn't matter if it's folk, if it's rock, if it's metal, if it's hip hop. It doesn't matter who they are or what they play. What matters is them coming in and being creative. And we have pretty much any brand in there, any genre, and they come in and we just want to give them what they need, you know.
And are you trying to open new studios?
Yeah, we are. We're actually trying to open one in the Bronx. We have one. We're in the works, but we want to expand a great deal. We want to go to maybe out of states, you know, and we have certain deals with Universal. Universal, we've been going back and forth with them with deals in California, some places in Florida, but we really want to expand in New York because, let's face it, here's where where everyone comes to. You know, when they want to be a Broadway singer or musician, you know, they go to New York. You know, this is where we want to be, and we're trying to open that one up in the Bronx, in South Bronx.
Okay. And if people want more information about your studio, where can they go to get this?
They can go to the website, which is www.soundproofstudiosnyc.com. There we'll link you up to the Facebook page, the Twitter page, our email address, which is soundpstudios@gmail.com. They can go in there, they can like us on Facebook, it's just Soundproof Studios. They can go in there, they can find out any information, the address and the phone number is there.
Okay.